Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and it is, I saw it on Pinterest Day. For those of you that are new, once a week I pick a pin off Pinterest, and then I adapt it into kind of my own version of what I find and create a layout. I have lately been working in my journal from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals, and that's what we're going to do today. And today the pen that I am going to do is this one, and as you can see, it's in a foreign language that I can't read. But the article is from, let's go visit and see. Meets Verdun. I'm sure that I'm totally messing that up. But it's a blogspot.com, and I'll put it down in the description box so that you can go and see her. But she made this beautiful tag here, and usually there's like a translate button, but I don't see one on this one so that I can even attempt to read it. But you can see it's a real cute little tag. And that's what we're going to do today. And I just realized one thing that I didn't prepare, but that's okay. It's something simple. So that's what we're going to do. And I did try to cut a lot of the pieces ahead of time so that it wouldn't be so time consuming in such a long video. This one I'm kind of sticking to the original layout because I like it. But I have made, a few changes based on stuff that I have, and also based on the layout that I'm going to do in my journal. And for those of you that have not seen, this is my journal from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals, and I purchased this from her a while back, and it is just filled with all kinds of old ephemera, and I love it. And I have just gone through and embellished, different pages with things that I like and want to keep. I have said this before, I am not a writing journalist so much as I create collages or pages that remind me of certain things. And so you're not going to see a lot of writing in this journal. I mean, you are, but it's not my writing. But you are going to see pages that I've created, based on my likes and memories and things like that. So, that's kind of how I journal. Now, if I did do a travel journal, like when I went on my Alaska cruise, and I did make little notes in there about, what we did on a certain day or what the weather was like, or, but even that journal is more filled with pictures and things that I, picked up along the trip. So, but you can see I've done several pages in here, and I'm just flipping through to get through the page I want to work on today. This is my mom and dad, for those of you that this is my mom and dad, for those of you that have not seen that in the past. And I created a little spread for them. And this is in one of the I saw it on Pinterest episodes, which I do have a playlist for if you're interested in seeing any of the others. Now I can't get it back in there. But this is a cute little pocket. I actually want to do another one of those in a journal. I think it'd be lots of fun. It was lots of fun to create. And this is the one we did last week, my little sister's spread. And this is for my love of thistles and dragonflies. And this is where we're going to work today. All right. Over here, I have an envelope that I created last year during the December Ember, and I'm sure I'm totally messing that up as well. That was hosted by 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel. And I did this envelope because my husband is a retired postal worker. And so I created this last year during that challenge because he had just retired from the post office. So he is now doubly retired from the Postal Service and also from the Army. So I kind of did this envelope. And then after I did it, I was like, I don't want to put it in another journal and, you know, sell it. So I kept it. And I'm going to glue this back down. Really doesn't have to be glued down. It is on a brad and it rotates. But anyway, so I want to create an opposite page to go with that. And that is where I'm going to put this little tag. Actually, it's a very big tag. So, to begin with, in order to incorporate this red on this side, and you'll notice this is a torn page. It does not go all the way across to, you know, the full width. And so, I've got to think about what's going to show here, too. Well, my tag base, you can see, is going to be very large. And so it is going to cover some of it. And I'm still going to have some numbers here, which I like. And there's some red in there. And so I'm good with that. But I want to put some red on this page and to tie this in. And so I am going to do some stenciling to do that. And I'm going to put this piece of paper under here so it doesn't get... you know, on this page. And I have chosen this stencil because I think it kind of replicates the swirlies that are in the paper. And this is some of my favorite paper too. And that was another reason that I decided to keep the envelope. So I'm going to take, not that one, Archival Barn Door, and I'm going to take my little Tim Holtz brush here, and we are going to do a little bit of stenciling. I'm going to slide this down so that I have a little bit more of a stiffer brush. And I don't know if you guys have these brushes, but they are awesome for stenciling. Because they don't put too much ink. Let's see if I can get some ink on there. I've been using that red pretty heavy for Christmas. Maybe getting towards the needing to be re-inked stage or the end of life stage. One of the two. But we're just going to bring some red in here. Not a lot, or not real heavy, you know. I just want the color. Okay, let's lift that up. Yeah. So there's what we've got, and then I'm going to do the same thing down here at the bottom. But yeah, if you don't have these little brushes like this, you know, I do recommend them. I think they work great for this type of work. And I have one for like what am I trying to say here, people? For like every color of the rainbow, you know, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And then I have one that is for, you know, your like blacks, brown, and grays. Because you can clean them off and use them, you know, with all your reds, all your greens, all your... So I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have a brush for every color of ink that you have, because all you have to do is wipe them off on a baby wipe and they're good to go for whatever next color you are. I would recommend, though, that you do get one for each color family. And then you can take, this is just a Sharpie, and you can go around this little rim to indicate what color you have. So like I said, I have, you know, however many I just named off in the little Roy G. Biv thing. And that is how I do it. I'm thinking I might do a couple of these flowers just because there are some flowers in this paper too. And I think I'm going to do like right there. And like I said, a lot of this is not going to show, but I just want to get some red on the page. Yeah. Now let's see. This is my tag. So let's put some of these up here as well. I do not know where I got this stencil. I tried to look it up or see if it had a name on it. It does have a number. It says 53. Oh, maybe this is it. It's a 2 and a 2. It says, you know, there's an upside right 2 and an upside down 2. But I don't know. You know, I would assume that's probably the brand name. But I'm not. I can't swear to that. Okay, so that's got us some good red there. I'm wondering, should I do the same thing here maybe? Down here. This is just a piece of paper that I kept out of that old book that I had that we did from the spread last week for I Saw It on Pinterest. I like that paper. And so I kept a piece of it, so I'd always have a piece of it. I know that's weird, but, you know, I'm weird. What can I say? I love old paper and stuff like that. I hope you could see me. I didn't even think about that because I have my iPad laying there. Sorry if that was cut off. Okay, put a little bit down here. Not a lot, just a little. Yeah, that's good. And then, how's that looking? Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so we have that part done. And like I said, you know, if you want to go wider circles, you slide this little collar all the way in, and you're going to get a not a stiff brush, you know, that will go wider. If you want a more stiff brush, which is what you want for stenciling, you slide that down, and then if you put your finger here and do this, that little collar will stay down and you can do your stencil rubbing and get a lot more concentrated color. These are also really good for blending. Like if you're going to blend on a tag with different colors of distress ink, that's really good for that as well. Okay, and then you can slide this down, put your lid on and push, and you can close it up. So that's my little brush lesson for today. I'm sorry, I got my sleeves all down in the way. Goodness. Okay, so this is going to be the base of our tag. And all this is a piece of cardstock that has some brown wrapping paper on it, like this. You know, that comes in the Amazon boxes or whatever. It's almost like a brown paper bag. So I just covered the cardstock with that, and that's going to be my tag base. Now, I'm going to cut the corners to make it look like a tag, even though it's really not going to function so much as a tag as just look like one. Okay. We'll ink around that. Let me poke our hole in the middle. And then make get our little, do I have one that, yeah. I'm gonna actually make my hole reinforcer because I want it to be red as well. And I'm hoping that within arm's reach, I have something red because I forgot. I forgot to get that part. Ooh, I wonder if I could cut it out of this. It might just tear up my... This is the spine of a book. You know, actually, I may not do that. I may keep that and put that on the page. I like it. I like it. Okay. Red, 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 red. Oh. You know, any other time. It's Christmas. I don't have anything red. I have everything red. It's just not close at hand. That's, sorry if I'm reaching. I knew I had some red. Look there. All right, let's cut a... There we go. This is a We Are Memory Keepers, and it says 1 inch plus, and it just cuts the little holes. I also have a die cut, a Tim Holtz die cut that does it, that was in his latest set, that will cut them. But I find that little hand punch is a lot more handy, because you don't have to get out your die cut machine and da-da-da-da. Unless you're just going to do a whole bunch of them at one time. Now, if you're going to do that, then obviously, you know, the die cut thing would be more worth it. Oops. Scooch over. Okay, so there is our tag base. Now I'm going to ink around the edges. I think I want walnut stain. I'm not going to wait until the end to do this, but we'll just do it as we go. Okay, so there's our base. I'm going to move our book, my book, for the moment, so I have more room and you can see better what's going on. Okay, so the next layer is supposed to look like the postcard. So for that, what I did is this is just a piece of tea-dyed paper. And these are 2 stamps that I have. One looks like a postcard and one is just a scripty stamp. So I just stamped them one on top of each other, used my decal trimmer and trimmed it just a little bit smaller than my tag, and to create the next layer. Now, what I forgot was, is she has 2 little banner shapes up here in the corner. So I'm going to cut those real quick, and I'm going to use the same brown paper, and we're just going to cut out, I'm going to fold it over like this. And I'm just going to cut out a couple of banner pieces. I'm going to cut it, fold it again like this, and make my little banner cut. And then they're 2 different lengths, but I'm going to cut them the same length and just fold them over the back at different lengths. Okay, so that easy. We've got our 2 little banner pieces. I'm going to ink those. Okay, and she's got those kind of up here in the corner. So we'll bend that one over. And then we will, you know what, I'm going to cut those a little thinner because I don't want them to cover up my postcard where it says postcard up at the top. So if I cut a little bit off, if I can cut straight and cut a little bit off of, excuse me, each side. Ink them again real quick. I've got kind of a froggy throat today, don't I? Yep, that's better. All right, so let's glue those down. My glue probably won't glue because I left the pin out of it. Oh, it's gonna work. My glue probably won't glue. Yep, it's gonna be one of those days. Okay. Now we can take this layer and layer it on top of our tag. And glue down these sides. Did I even ask how everyone was doing today? Sometimes I get excited to get all into the project and I forget to even ask about you guys. I hope everyone is doing good and staying well. There's a lot of sickness going on right now. Okay, so there's that layer. So far, so good. And you see the little squiggly lines coming through that paper where I put the glue on. But when it dries, you won't be able to see that. I'm going to take a drink of my sweet tea here. See if I can't clear my throat. Okay. Sweet tea's the cure for everything. Now with that being done, I'm going to have to cut down these other things because they're now going to be too big with my banners going on here. Okay, let me see if that's even gonna be a possibility. Yeah, we'll be all right. All right, so this one's gonna go down to about there. All right, so next layer is this, and this is the same thing, just the brown wrapping paper, packing paper. And you're just leaving a little reveal every time on the sides. Okay. Right, and the next layer I have picked, this is an actual card that was in the journal that Lorna sent. And I thought it was appropriate. One, I love the card, but I thought it was appropriate because this to me looks like a zip code. So I thought with the postcard and my envelope on the other page, you know, I thought that would be real cute. And again, I'm going to have to take some of it off. So this is our next layer. And I'll keep that because that's just can be used somewhere because I think it's kind of neat. Okay, so we're going to put this one down. Okay, and then next we have some music. And this one again, I'm going to have to take down a little bit now. Just bending that up so I can tell where it needs to go. And this is out of a book, a German book that was about Mozart. And it had these, it was like a smaller book, and it had a lot of his music in there. And again, I'll save that, of course. And it was, you know, printed this small, so I thought that was a good size music to go on this particular card. So I'm gonna put that there, and I just roughed it up. It was actually, you know, pretty white page because the book was not that old that it came out of. It was like a paperback size book, and it wasn't that old. I think it was probably around the 70s or something like that. And but I like the fact that it had so much of the smaller music in it, is why I got it, and the fact that it's written in German. So I found it at a local used book dealer here in town. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. All right, and I'm going to put this little girl on here because I think she is just so cute, and it's winter. So this is out of the Tim Holtz, the Christmas paper dolls. But I'm going to use her on here, and she's got her little hand, looks like she's holding on to something. So I'm gonna put it on here so it looks like she's holding on to the music staff music graph. Okay. Now, this is where I'm going to do, I mean, I've done a couple variations already, but down in the corner of the pen, you'll see that she has a bow and another bow and a button. I am going to use, this is off a book spine, like when you take a book apart, and love this stuff. I think it has so much texture and age. I mean, this book was, you know, from the, I think it was 1890s, somewhere in there, that I took this particular piece from. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to use this piece of vintage lace that was off of a vintage petticoat that my sister gave me. She didn't give me the petticoat. She gave me the lace off the petticoat for my birthday. And I've got some buttons over here. And I'm going to put a button. And I am going to do a bow, but I'm going to use this brown, it's like baker's twine, but it's not the variegated baker's twine. It's just a solid brown. And I got this, I think I got this at Joann's. It says Miss Sparkle and Company. And it just has different colors of baker's twine on it. Okay, so we're going to tie a bow. Maybe we're going to tie a bow, and then again, maybe we're not. My hands are really sore. I'm filming this on Sunday, and I just got through filming my Marguerite Miller for Tuesday. But I did the Fantasy of Trees decorating yesterday, and my hands are kind of sore today and beat up. Oh my gosh, that pine needle stuff just eats your hands up. Okay, so now we're going to glue this on. Wait, I maybe should glue this on first. This is what I'm using for the little tag that is down in the corner here on the picture. I wish I could get this picture bigger, but oh, there we go. This little tag. And this is what I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to put that down first. And I'm going to make it look like she's standing on it. And this is actually just a person's name, or actually it's maybe a town off a digital postcard is what that is. So I just cut it off the address part of it. I think it is the town and country or state or whatever, but it's also in a foreign language. Now I'm going to put this on here, and I think I'm going to fray this a little more. Maybe cut it a little less wide. Yeah, so if you take books apart, you know, save your spines and save your little spine netty stuff. I don't know what the technical name for that is, because it's great for adding texture and stuff to journals. And then I'm going to put my little lace. Try not to get it Fabri-Tac all over me, which, you know, that's almost impossible. Make sure my numbers are still showing. See, I got that all over. Put my little bow there. And put my little bow there. And then put my little button in the center. right, and then I'm going to clamp that. Where are my clamps? For a minute. Like that. A little bit of glue down there. Wipe that off. Okay, and then we can put our other buttons in place. All right, so she has 3. She has 2 down here. And then she has 3 up here. And this is just I had already put that paper clip on there, but it's just a Tim Holtz mini paper clip. And actually, I have that in the wrong place. Let's see if I can fix it. It's actually on this piece. I don't think I can get it back there. And these are actually moved further up. Let me see if I can get my mess cleaned up here. All right, I'm going to take all these off. And they're going to stick to me. All right, let's try this again. I'm taking my glue goober, cleaning that glue off there. All right, so that part's good. I got all that off. Now, the paper clip, she actually has the paper clip on this white part. So I'm going to try to lift that up enough that I can get this paper clip in here. And I actually wouldn't care if it was behind this brown piece and it looked like it was clipping all 3 of those together. That makes more sense to me. Let's try that. Yeah, I thought when I was putting those buttons on, something didn't jive there. There we go. Yes. Let me take this clamp out of the way now. All right, now let's deal with my buttons that I've got all sticky icky. Oh yeah, that's much better. And I'm just going to do art glitter because they've already got some of the 3-in-1 on there. So I think this art glitter is going to be fun. That one probably would have stuck. I could have just left it alone. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so let's clamp those now. If I can. I don't think it's going to reach those other two. All right, we won't do that. We just won't flip it around too much. All right, so the only other thing we need to do is get a piece of lace for the top of, sorry, I'm banging my glue so it won't volcano on me. A piece of lace for here. She's got like a piece of lace and a piece of the thing that she tied the bow with. So I'll trim this a little bit. All right. So if we put a piece of lace there, then we can decide where we want, how we want to put it in the book. Okay, so what do we want to use for that? This, I do believe. And this is some more of the lace that my sister gave me. And I think this will be perfect. I'm going to put a little bit of vintage photo on it. Just kind of dinged up just a tad. I'm going to cut a piece of this. And did you see that I put that brown up without even getting a piece off of it? Were you telling me that I needed a piece? We're just going to kind of stick both of these through the hole, I hope. I don't know if I particularly like that. I think I would rather do the lace through there and then tie the brown piece. Like put this through here. Oops. Maybe if I do it separate, not put them both through at the same time. See if I like that any better. How many ways can you put something through the hole of a tag? I don't know. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. I just don't like that. That's definitely the way she did it, though. I'm doing just the lace. See, I was thinking maybe I could do it like this. And then tie it like this. Yeah, I can deal with that. Okay, we're going to leave it like that. I think. If you see it in the later in the picture in this brown little piece of thread, it's not on here, then you'll know that I couldn't tolerate it. Okay, so there we go. There's our tag. And the only thing that I don't like about this, I think it's adorable, but I think these two banner things are kind of plain. And they don't really have a function, to me, in my opinion. If I had some of that red paper, I think I would take some of that red paper and put on that banner, just for the page that I'm doing. All right, so let's go back to my book. To the page. And it is going to go on here like that. So it could definitely benefit from something red there. All right, so let's glue it on. It's crashing a little bit right there. I don't think I got glue all the way to the edge. Okay. There we go. So that's it. Yeah, I definitely think it could benefit from something red right there, just to carry that red over just a little bit. So, let me look through my Kathy Holden stickers. See, got these little red flowers. They're too big. I do like those though. Cute. I love these stickers. I know that I say that every time, but I really do. I don't think we need any more stamps. Oh, I might put those flowers down in on the other page. Where did they go? Here or even here. Look in the other one before. I think there's red in this one too. There's a little 10 cents. That's almost perfect for that, isn't it? Okay. Now if we could find something to put down here. This one's really large. But I really like it. Now if I could find another small one to put up at the top on this page. It wouldn't even have to be red so much as tying in, like say this color. I don't know, guys. Oh, here's a bird. I like that. I don't know. I'm sure that I have kept you long enough. And I'm pretty happy with that. Not to say that I won't add something down the road, but for now, I am... Oh, and I've got my spine, too, that I want to figure out how to use. It says Children's Garden of Verse. I'm going to keep this out, and I'm going to come up with a project using that, and then I'll share it with you guys when I do. So this is our spread for today, and this is our, I saw it on Pinterest make, and again, thank you to this person. I'm sorry that I can't read this and give you the proper thank you. But I will for sure link it, and it looks like it's from 2016 is when she made this post. It does say, I can read that that says creative vintage. So Metz Corverden or Vierden.blogspot.com, September 2nd. But hers is very cute, and I like my version as well. And I'll put a photograph at the of both of them at the end of the video. And again, thanks for joining me. And sorry I was a bit goofy today. It's just sometimes that's the way it is. I can't explain it. I'm just goofy. So you guys have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you on the weekend. Bye.